Hey everybody, welcome back to the video, to the channel. Today's video is on what's in the shack again. I've got a series of what's in the shack, basically up to this date. If you're watching these in order, I've just gone through one-way receivers, basically scanner radios. And I have several of them, and I've talked about them. Most of them are older. I've got one fairly new one, but they're all analog. I don't have any P25 phase 1 or 2 scanners yet. That's on my list, but they're pretty spendy. So and our state, where I live, our county, at least part of the city where I live, the larger area has gone to P25. I think it's phase 1. So I'm kind of out on that, but I have lots to listen to on the analog scanners. So those scanners that I showed you guys in those previous videos, if you're interested in kind of starting your own little ham shack, your listening station, your radio room, analog is probably a good place to start. At very minimum, like I said in those videos, you can get airband, you can listen to the ham UHF, VHF, GMRS and stuff like that, which kind of brings us to this video here, this radio here. This is a dual band 2 meter 70 centimeter VHF UHF ham radio, and it's Anytone 778, and you can see it's pretty colorful. It's pretty cool. Good little radio, and I purchased this back in 2020. I'm going to bring up the Amazon here in a minute, but I've used this radio quite a bit, and it's kind of my secondary radio to since I got my ICOM 746 Pro bass unit that has 2 meter 144 to 148 capabilities in it. That's kind of my bass unit, but this one's a dual band, and this is one of those radios you would be able to listen to on one of those scanner receivers. So I do have VHF and UHF and GMRS programmed into this thing. There's ways to unlock it and stuff like that. You guys can look all that up if you want. I'm just going to focus on the basics of this radio to show you guys an option of what I use. And this is a good radio for budget minded people, and it's a good value. I haven't had a single problem with this radio in 4 years, and it's about 125 bucks. 25 watt radio. I think it's 200 channels, which is more than what I need. I usually use maybe a dozen or so, maybe 20 repeaters in the area. And maybe a handful of simplex frequencies, but this will do that just fine. And I'm gonna just show you guys the basics here. There's a radio net here starting in a few minutes. I was hoping to get some audio for this thing, but maybe I'll pause the video and wait till that comes on. But in the meantime, I'll show you the microphone has excellent color, excellent functionality to it. One button, main A, main B, shows up there on the light, A and B. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's a nice feature to have on an inexpensive radio. And you've got different functions on there. You got side buttons, up and down. Press and hold. You get a really fast scan, and you can do one at a time. I've just lost my station, but I'll get it back. Anyhow, sorry about my camera going in and out like that. That's typical for this crap. So the mic is phenomenal, and it's got good audio. I've had good audio reports, and it sounds good. I've asked for audio reports when I first got this thing because I didn't want it to sound like crap. That's one of my kind of my pet peeves. Is my things that I strive for is to have a good sounding, within reason, the best I can, station when I'm on the air talking. I don't want to sound like I'm in a tin can or something like a lot of these radios do. The mics are so bad. But let's see here. Some of the functions. These buttons here have different functions on the side that correspond with these little menus here. And so this is A and B button there. This is VFO memory. And this is monitor. Oop, that's a little loud. Let's go to volume. So function. Oh, volume. We'll turn it down. Come on, focus on me there. Oh, come on. I want you guys to see these. Come on, give me a break. All right, give me 1 second. I'll get this back in focus here. Oh, there we go. Just as I'm... All right, so you can push P6, which is your volume, and then just use your knob to turn it down, and then push P6 again. No, I don't even think you have to do that. That's right. Oh, I haven't used this in a while. Okay, so squelch level, same thing. This has pretty good squelch. I guess I don't have to re-push it. It's been so long since I messed with these. And then function again goes to a new menu. And you got scan over here. You can just one push scan. And that's your scan speed. And that's not bad. And you can push it to stop. And then function, and then power, and then you can turn power low, medium, or high, and that's kind of cool. So yeah, overall, and it's got a nice heat sink on the back of it. You could talk on this thing all day, you guys. Great little radio. 125 bucks. And let's go over to Amazon and I'll show you guys this thing a little bit closer. So you can see I purchased it about 4 years ago. And real nice microphone. I love the microphone of this thing. It's fantastic. It's really cool. And then let's go down. So 200 channels, 400 to 490 megahertz, 25 watts, 15 watts, and 5 watts for high, medium, and low power. You program it through the plug here. You pull this, it's kind of like the RG45 Ethernet plug-in. So you plug that, unplug that thing, and that's how you program it to the computer. And it was pretty easy to do. It worked just fine. If I remember right, it's chirp compatible. So yeah, phenomenal little 4.5 stars, you guys. This thing's pretty awesome for a inexpensive HT. So what I would say is there's a lot of different Chinese HT, or not HT, excuse me, mobile radios. This is a dual band mobile. I've got HTs on the brain. That's coming up on my what's in the shack is probably why. But there's all kinds of mobile radios out there to choose from. and I've used this one. There's some variations of this thing. I like the Anytone. It's got a pretty good reputation for brand name, and this thing just works. So if you want to build, the reason I'm doing these little what's in the shack is like just to kind of let you know some stuff that I'm using, and maybe it'll work for you to start building your own little ham shack over time. All these things, I've got thousands of dollars worth of stuff over. Ham radio is crazy. You guys probably know this just looking into this, but over time you start building up and getting, you know, more stuff. But this little thing is just great. I just have it mounted back here on the side here, and you know, when a net comes around or something happens, I need to get on there. I can even rag chew on simplex with this thing. It's connected to, I'm getting sidetracked here for a second, but it's connected to coax to my main. I've got a switch here. I've got a main 5/8 wave vertical with ground plane, about 35 feet elevation. So it's really excellent signal. And I can switch back and forth between that and my ICOM 746 Pro. But what I want to say is, over time, this is you know, you're collecting radios, you're building your listening station, your radio room, your ham shack, whatever you want to call it, and you can do that for fun. You can do it for emergency use, SHTF, however you want to do it. All of it is experience. All of it is usable information. These are tools that you can use them as a resource to gather information, to communicate. Up until now, this is the first one I've showed you guys that you can actually transmit. You need a license, but this will receive just fine. You don't need a license to listen on this thing, but you do need a at least a technician license, ham radio technician license, to transmit on this thing. So there's that. But good little radio, and maybe it's a good way to start your building your ham shack. So thanks for watching, you guys, and if you can, I'll leave the link down for that one. It's really a good price on that thing too. So appreciate you guys. If you like and subscribe, support the channel, greatly appreciated. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next one.